feel like Nasdaq's being super volatile today. Big swings in either direction. Makes me think people really want to be selling, but the buyers don't know to give it up yet. Just had a huge hellacious run up after a hellacious fall. I'm, of course, looking for continued fall to the downside, but that's my nature. The most current little trend here has been up. It just ran, we're looking at a 15-second chart. This ran all the way up to the 444 moving average. It's going to try to hold the fast here, which is 20. 444 is going to be stronger than a 20, so if it failed a 444, don't know why it would hold a 20. And here it is approaching the 50. Don't know why it would hold the 50 either. 444 is going to be stronger than a 50. But that said, everybody loves to buy the 50 all the freaking time. So I could take profits right now. It's really freaking tempting, but I am in a great big size. Oh, of course, you're not going to fill me. Of course. Screw you then. Like I said, 444 is going to be stronger than a 50. Should keep falling, in theory. Here at least would be, what, a 222? Yeah, 222. There's a big little pop up there. So you are trying to hold this 50. Makes me mad. When Nasdaq goes up, it just goes up. There's no freaking mercy. But when it falls, it's like always, wait, no, we gotta stop and fuss around here and back and forth and back and forth. We gotta suck. But when it goes up, you just run explosion to the upside, which is makes me being short-minded just insane. So this blue line, I always get it confused. Okay, that's the linear weighted moving average. Might act as a lid here. When you see the blue line cross the yellow to the down, it means people are selling. It's the way it's pointed down. Little freak's gonna keep trying to buy here. Like I said, the 444 should be stronger than the 50. You guys just want to take a bunch of time. We're at the 222. Haven't dropped my stop yet. $117 ticks doesn't suck. I don't know how many contracts I had on, but it was a couple. We'll sell one more. Selling the low. I can see it holding VWAP. No, I did just sell the low, and it's still only 5 ticks out of the money. Oh, look at that. That just a big old jump from 5 to 25. And out of my mouth, I say, I can see it holding VWAP, and then I'm sitting here staying short. I added size because the yellow line, the fast moving average, might act as a lid and continue the trend down. If you notice here, the move, it's like a stairs down, over. Well, we go down, up, but because it's VWAP, it might literally hold the floor. I really like that. That makes me really happy to see that. Good. So I sold the low, sat through a couple bounces that didn't really go anywhere, added size. Makes me feel a little more confident as to the moving down, but that can all change. It could be changing right this second. Still holding this 222. And now I put on a whole bunch of size. Beautiful. A lot of times, if like this, the body on this candle low holds here, a lot of times it'll find a floor right there and support, but that didn't happen. People are freaking out, so just give me out. I like a good little freak out. So even though I sold the low, had to sit through a little bit of chop suey while they try to figure it out. Trade worked. And then the buyers said, well, that's overdone. Two great big up candles. This went all the way down to the midline on the Bollinger Band. Let me sell one more. This time selling near the high in my box, outside the high in my box. It's just one contract. Why am I selling? We've been selling for a long time. If you look at this slow moving average, it's got a downward bend to it. Fast moving average, the yellow line has a downward bend to it. So we're stuck in the middle of nowhere land, I think. So that was a golden trade right there. $8.30 on open. So all anybody had to do is just sell the open. See, I didn't even need to look at that. I knew that was going to be a good trade. So, but for some reason, straight up 9 o'clock on the hour. So one thing I've noticed is the chart gets drawn after the trade is filled. So that short, the chart still showed the price moving down, but I was getting filled. The ticks, when you're in a trade, here I'll sell one more at the low. Like currently, let's say it shows 2 ticks. The chart, I gotta take this off. I can't deal with this. It's distracting because I look at that 27 tick stop loss. Anyway, I don't feel like talking. How to film. So we're gonna hold the... Oh, Toby, stop. Gah. I think this is the 444 or 144. Sometimes that acts as a floor. If we're having fear, it'll break through. So again, I just sold the low after making money. People are buying here. You look at those wicks and see there's buying. Like that, but that's a good old long time frame. The 222 on the 3-minute chart. That's a really long time frame that could act as a floor. I don't need to fight. I take what you can get and be thankful. Especially since that trade was a selling the low type scenario. I'm gonna buy. It's fighting the trend. There's all kinds of congestion up there. All kinds of moving averages crossing. We're at the midline on the Bollinger Band. Here, I'm gonna turn that stop off. Volatility. So again, been making all this money short, and here I am buying at the midline, thinking it might hold, thinking that 22.22 on the 3-minute might hold. But now there's gonna be panic. They had to wipe, like clear the deck, knock out everybody's stops. Let the panic continue, and then the brains say, "No, man, that's a big old moving average. Let's buy." They just got to let the move in progress needed to complete. Is how I see it. It's like, why not take advantage if everybody's freaking out and panicking? Let them all sell. It just gives you a better price, but you just got to kind of slow your roll and be cool. So even though I put on that one trade and it was losing, you just gotta like be neutral and not worry, because you know that there's always a snapback. So let's just see. Here's how we find out if we're gonna get support here, if it's gonna jet higher. I went from being up at least 12 ticks to like 3 ticks in a second there. Again, this 22.22 average could hold. I need to go look at the 3-minute because it might have moved some since I put that on the chart. Oh, yes, it did. Darn it. Look at how everything moved. Wow. Wow. So my levels that I marked off, I guess now it's been 3 hours ago that there was a big old move. Love, that's where I took a big old loss earlier. I was long on the downtrend. I caught it early, killed my account. And of course it ended up holding as a low. Can't be 5 minutes too early. Can't be sometimes 5 seconds too early. Okay, where's the 3 minute slow moving average? Where's my green? God, I feel like everything's off. Where's all my, everything's moved. So where's my orange? Where's everything at? Holy moly. Okay, check this out. We're looking at a 3 minute. Oh, no wonder I'm looking at an hour chart. I want to be on a 3 minute chart. No wonder my stuff didn't line up. I was like, God, that's a hellacious move. Boy, that was freaking me out there. I was like, I know I've been trading a while this morning, but it hadn't been that long. Not even watching the trade I have on. Got to look at the different time frames for perspective. A 15-second chart. So this is what I'm talking about. Normally, like an 888 moving average only has a tiny move because it's such a long time frame. So in 3 hours, it's moved from, let's say, 921 to 919. Yeah, that makes more sense. 2 points. That's why I was freaking out when I was looking at that hour chart. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Where is everything? I don't know why those colors look like they're different to me. They don't look like they match. So market's moving down is the short story. In the last 3 hours, market's moving down. Now we're going to click on the hour. And let's look for the EMA. It's had a big old drop from being up here at 928. I don't know, it dropped about 28 points or so. So that trade I put on, I know it was making money. Now it's out of the money. Am I long or am I short? Am I long? Why in the hell would I be long? What? Why would I be long? Oh my God, that's insane. So I was in 2, so I added 4 more to try to average the price down. And now it's like a little tool that should last 5 seconds for me to exit a bad trade. And I'm triggered because my little box isn't drawn right. But that's adding size to a loser, and that's a bad thing, right? So now I'm going to just put on a TP. So if I get knocked out, I get knocked out, but I'm not taking a loss. Does that make sense? I let the loser run for a long time. And then I'm like, okay, let's buy. I don't know, but I made some money on that. Okay, still thirsty. Trying to hold to that 22.22. I mean, that's a really long moving average. Proud of myself for not buying. Whoa, look at that beautifulness. Beauty, beauty. I think I just made money long. But, oh, remember? It was a loser. I had to add size and take risk to jump out while I could. So here the 22.22 acted as a lid, and here the 50 acted as a lid, which is also the midline on the 200, which would be, I guess, about a 100. I'm gonna buy one. Fighting the trend. There's not upward pressure here. That's why I bought one. Wow, look at that. Okay. And this is why I need to just roll with it. Like when that short is working, just keep doing it till it's not working. It's like stop doubting yourself and trying to go the other direction. Just enjoy it. I've been live streaming to YouTube and getting hardly no views at all. Not really out marketing it, but I would not think that there's a lot of female day traders live streaming. And I would think that some of you guys might be watching, but thank you to everybody who is, which is incredible. That there's a handful of you, and God bless you. I'm thinking real hard about going over to TikTok, though. It's just really been a matter of technical. I need to focus and figure out my setup. I'm kind of thinking now if I go, I'm currently on a laptop, a Windows machine, and I think if I just go over to my iMac, it's going to be a lot easier because then I could stream, and it's going to be easier, I think, to connect on TikTok my iMac, iPhone, iPad, and have, you know, multiple cameras and all that good stuff. So I feel like I'm getting more love from TikTok. I don't feel like YouTube does not love me. Like, I don't think they hate me. I just don't think they think one little bit about me. Whereas I think TikTok actually wants me to post, wants me to go live, wants me to do what I do. And I think TikTok also does not like me bringing up YouTube. So, you know, you kind of want to go where you're wanted. So they're selling 31 to 38 ticks out of the money. Yeah. So finding the trend, that's not a good play. And I'm just being super cool, holding on here. I know it said 62 ticks out of the money. Now it says 28, 32, 30, 19. See, you buyers, just like when you're long, like you just don't really even need to sweat it. There's always buying. You can always get out of a crappy long. And it's just not as scary as being a short. So just a span of seconds from 62 ticks out of the money to 12 ticks out of the money. My dog is taking my attention. He's been really begging to be held a lot the last couple days. Like, he's always been a lap dog, but he's being a clingy lap dog. Let's just put it that way. You just want your pets. You just want your pets. goo goo. Alright. Dude, I can't trade and hold you. I can't trade and hold you, my little goo-goo. I want to look at you and rub your tummy, but I got work to do. I can't be a good mama right now. Otherwise, lay in my left arm and maybe I can drive the mouse with my right. Come on, give it to me. Come on, give it to me. Better than a loss. And now my dog wants down. Golly, dog, driving me crazy. Like I said, you can always buy. This hasn't gone anywhere. Probably shouldn't have done that. We'll see. I like it. So all these people who've been buying are gonna get their face ripped off. Man, I wanted my 39 ticks. So this is a different strategy for me, because see, I normally am really focused on what the candle is showing me. But right now, I'm trying to read where it says, oh, I got taken out. I'm actually, for the first time, reading like on the top where it said 52 ticks and sliding my TP down to that range. So people are in shock that the lows didn't hold. Because this is that red line is the 200 Bollinger Band, 9:59 a.m. coming up on 10 o'clock. I'm gonna buy, and that's fighting the trend. I'm gonna turn off my stop. Yeah, probably not a good idea to buy, but coming up on a new hour, things always go a little berserko on those hour candles. So what I'm saying is, like, see right here, it says 28 ticks. I'm going to grab my TP. I normally will just like drop it here, but it said 28 ticks. So I'm going to drive this up to 28 ticks. And I wish I could see what my other thing says, so I have to drop it to go, oh wow, we're all the way at 43. I'm going to grab this puppy and take it up to 43. Oh. This must have taken me out at 28, even though it got up to 43. That's lame. Got to figure out the best way to navigate this X platform. I like that it's failing that slow moving average. Why won't this just slide, dude? Slide. Actually, I'm going to draw that right there. I really like my little box. My little box that I'm drawing on the screen. It really is helping me keep perspective and a lot less in my head. Because I've spent a lot of time thinking about what it did. Well, this earlier it did this, and 10 minutes ago it did this, and 5 minutes ago it did this. It doesn't matter. What's it doing right now? So I sold because the blue line is lower than the yellow line, which is lower than the white line. Doesn't mean I'm right. Look at that. Okay, now I'm feeling flushed. My face instantly goes flush mode. Okay, these spikes are all coming up showing there are buyers, but it's important to note the body. I'm telling you, this is stuff that if you're a new trader, I'm giving you the gold. Nobody taught me this stuff. This is just stuff I learned the hard way. Experience, 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 experience. Ah, Toby. So there's absolutely people selling here. There's also people buying, obviously, green candles. So in the past, it's been selling and failing. Here, let me draw a little circle for you. Let me make it purple. The purple ones would be like trades I didn't take. But it's like an indicator of like a royal, meaning a good entry. In theory. You can see up here all these times. And just because this worked these times does not mean it will work this time. Currently, I'm out of the money. Bunch of sideways. People are trying to buy there. Drop. Like the stairway, remember? Over, down. So is this going to be the over and then another down? Don't know yet. I'm going to sell one more. I'm going to sell two more, but this could be a big old mistake. Oh, but I can't tell you how many times I've tried to buy the low and gotten my face ripped off. So there's people absolutely buying. There's people absolutely selling. It's a big old mess of confusion right here. We don't know what's happening, but the bodies of these candles are all going down. But I'm 13 ticks out of the money on 3 contracts, which is not good. And so this is why it's important you don't fight the trend. Can't tell you how many times, like I just said, trying to buy the low. Actually, I'm going to drag this down to here. There's people buying. I'll take 15 ticks. So let me show you why I bought there. Because you can tell there's all kinds of people trying to buy up here. And the way you tell is like when you see all these wicks. This is what I'm talking about. These long wicks at the top show there's people selling up here. But these wicks at the bottom show people buying. All the green shows people buying. But the story is not just told by the color of the candle. Look, see? It's a fight. It's a literal freaking fight. And so that's why I took my 15 ticks. So specifically, let's see what I got out at. 797. So the thing about it, that's almost 800. I was not really aware of that. Let me draw this line to where I got out. 797.75. So see this intersection here where the blue crossed the yellow? That's an intersection of like the linear weighted moving average crossing the fast moving average. It shows buyers were stepping up here. And normally I'll mark that on my chart. I put that little golden circle and then I put a dotted line green. That's a symbol to show the level of where buyers were stepping up here. And that was why I covered when I covered. Sometimes, well, in fact, all the time, it's about avoiding destruction. It's not about the money. It's literally about avoiding destruction. If there was one way to describe trading, it's basically don't blow up. If you can keep yourself from blowing up, then the money will come. But again, note how it's just been selling, selling, selling. But the buyers are getting anxious. Great big wicks here. I'm gonna buy. Why not? 10:08 a.m. It's just one contract, turning off my stop. So I bought, and that was fighting the trend, right? Trend has been down, down, down. And I thought, oh, let's buy. Why? See way out here? Again, I'll draw another little circle to show you. That right there. It's not a trade I took, but it is to the outer left side of the 200 Bollinger Band, the lower level. And I'm telling you, from doing this so many years, when you see a big old wick like that on the outside, that's buying pressure. So once it comes back down here to retest that level, here I'll draw another little circle, and we'll see in hindsight, even though there's been nothing but selling happening here, at least for the near term, these are probably great buys. And you should be proud of me because I'm always short. Oh, I'm in a position. Holy moly. Yay, I bought and I'm making the money as a long. All right, are we going to fail this? Ooh. People are continuing to sell. Look. Which way are we going to go? We're going to get it. Oh, and look, notice my little green dotted line where I got out, where I covered my short. The people on the other time frames longer than 15 seconds are waking up and figuring it out. So that's the thing. I'm on a really short time frame and I see things before everyone else. Look at that. You're going to go outside my box? I'm going to grab this and pull it up. Ooh, my little princess. Ooh. All the little shorts are going to be freaking out. I'll take 43 ticks out of 45. My dog is so needy right now. Oh my gosh. Toby Ness? What you want? What do you want? need, Toby? What do you need? I think I better let my dog out. He's looking at me. So note how that level I marked off for buying, it's held as a low. All right, I'm gonna walk away for a minute. Oh gosh, I really love my little box. So it just held not only this level, but also the slow moving average like a floor. The fast moving average is now above the slow. Bullish mode activated. You're welcome. So this is the, I think it's the 144. It might serve as a lid, maybe, but I think maybe everybody just decided to be buyers, so hard to know. Yeah, screw it, I'll sell. Toby's gonna have to wait 10 seconds. If this doesn't instantly go in the money, then I gotta go find something else to do. I feel like going to the movies. Okay, 5 ticks in the money. Y'all are like, no, we're gonna keep buying here or short squeezing or something. But you know, these wicks tell me they're selling. So from 2 ticks in the money to 0 ticks in the money. So I'm watching the meat of these candles, or the body, whatever. Higher, lower, a little attempt, still not as high as the previous ones. Lower, lower, giving me the encouragement. But see, look at this big wick. There's somebody trying to buy there. But the body of the candle's still going down. I need you to go down. And they're like, no, we're buying. I told you. I told you we're buying. Now I'm sucked into this. Golly. Just take the loss. I'm done. Okay, took a loss, like 140 bucks. $10,000. You know what? I think I'm going to be done live streaming for today. I'm going to deal with my dog. I have a lawsuit going on against my former boyfriend turned monster turned stalker. So I'm doing this pro se, and because of all the trauma and everything I went through with him, I have not been working for like 4 years. And I do have a metal wall art business. It'd really mean a lot to me if you'd go check it out. onelovemetals.etsy.com. ONE love LOVE metals metals.etsy.com is my little Etsy shop, and I design all my art out there. And if you choose to purchase something, it would really just mean the world to me, because I'm literally using my sales to buy trading combines and to eat. So I'm in a serious financial disaster for not working for 4 years. Don't get me to start crying here at the end of the day here. Thanks for your support. It means everything. And hey, if you really are watching, listening, can you drop a note in the comments so that I know that you're here? Tell me hi. Tell me what your thoughts are if I decide to go live stream on TikTok. And boy, right now, I'm telling you, I feel pretty good that I called this low here. It's kind of obvious when you see the outside of the Bollinger Band, but then when you get the retest and it just keeps running up, I feel good. All right, now my dog is licking my leg. He clearly needs to go outside. I'm going to get some sunshine. Take care. God bless. Drop me a note. And please subscribe. Like, I kind of hate doing this because I don't feel like anybody's paying attention. But I know when I do get comments, they're pretty good most of the time. So, appreciate you.